Oh my gosh, somebody call an ambulance.
Oh, come on, man. I was having a good run, too.
Absolutely, Whackman.
There's many cosmic jokes, and so I'll start with the most tame to the craziest final one, which will spoil the whole game of life for you. And no, I'm not talking about the gestures that flipped off Joe Rogan.
One of the last ones, more profound ones, was a bunch of jesters that were all giving me the finger.
Really?
They were all circling around me like, give me the finger.
They're like, who named you?
So starting with the most mundane, it's all completely absurd. Like, I don't know if you guys have noticed yet, but life is just ridiculous to the point of it being funny. I mean, we're some animal-like creature who somehow is more intelligent than the rest, and yet not intelligent enough to not destroy each other over nonsense.
Sir, there's a nuke on the way. What do we do?
Send one back. It's the only way to save ourselves.
Wait, how's that going to save us?
Trust me.
Not this time.
This leads us to the fact that we take this all so seriously, which is why I laid in the entrance of a Walmart, just to learn that nobody cares. I mean, for long periods of history, we thought the Earth was the center of the universe, but on an individualistic level, we take ourselves and our reputation so seriously to the extent that we hide our true selves, which to me is honestly preposterous. There was a long period where I didn't talk about all my crazy experiences because I was worried about what people would think, but as it turns out, people are actually very interested. The thing I've learned is the more authentically you play your part, the better your life gets. Bro, you don't need to act cool. You can take the mask off. You know that, right?
All right, man.
Dude, put that thing away. They're like children here.
Now onto the fact that you constantly want what you don't have. Now, isn't this a real kicker? You'll always be chasing something, and until you get that, you won't be satisfied. And if you haven't pieced it together, that means you'll never be happy, which means it'll always be out of reach. Now, doesn't that seem a little foolish?
Mom, can I have it, please?
Not today, sweetie.
Aww.
That's what I thought. Keep walking, idiot.
What?
And here we are with searching for meaning in life. Now this one's funny since truth be told, the meaning of life is to be yourself authentically. And by searching, you are directly looking for something that's already behind your eyes. This is the equivalent of looking for your phone using the phone's flashlight. Man, I wish I could find some purpose in life. What is that? I don't understand. The more you learn, the less you know. I had an experience where I ran into something much more intelligent than myself, and before that moment I thought I knew it all, but I was truly humbled in that moment. I got taught that I know absolutely nothing on the grand scale of things.
You know what? I think I'm gonna walk to get some food.
Whoa, ah!
Hey, you wanna see something? Alright, you've seen enough. Get back to it. All that happens is ordered by the law of cause and effect, meaning everything that happens for a reason. Even if we can't see the reason, it could just be governed by a law still not known to man. For example, you look at the lake or ocean, you see the waves going against each other. And the reason they look the way they do is because they're bouncing off each other while the gravity of the moon affects them. This is something we know, but other things of like why specific events happen in your life, we can never seemingly figure out because it's on such a grand scale that we can't comprehend it with our monkey brain. And the ability to see patterns is the actual defining trait of intelligence.
Hey! Who are you people? What do you want from me?
We want the numbers, Mason. That's all we've ever wanted.
Oh my God, the numbers are real.
They've always been real, Mason. The numbers, Mason. What do they mean?
Now we can't forget that your brain has named itself, wonders about itself, and doesn't fully understand itself, but yet believes it can comprehend the entire universe. The funny part is, the tendency to label things in itself creates so much suffering. People will wake up for work and will walk outside and see it's raining and be like, oh, it's gonna be a bad day. Like, okay, come on now, let's not do this. Oof, owie, the rain, it's gonna be a bad day.
Why rain bad?
It wet.
But is water wet?
We ain't doing this. It's all in your head. I mean, really, think about it. The bad things to happen in your life aren't always that bad. Let's say you get cheated on, right? Awful, you'd think. But here's the secret. It's not actually a bad thing, it's a blessing. I mean, it's a miracle to find out their true colors sooner than later. I mean, imagine to be the guy who marries them, finds out they cheated on you, and then you lose your stuff in a divorce. Like, come on now, it's a W. And at the end of the day, the only issue that remains is in your mind, which you choose to have.
Actually, I don't choose to have trust issues.
Well, then doesn't that mean the same concept would apply to racists since both things are based on a generalization from past experiences and observations?
I suppose so, but their view isn't truthful.
And you think yours is? And here we are with the search for God. Now this one's hilarious since it's the equivalent of trying to see the back of your eyelids with your eyes open. God's inside of you. There's no need to search. There's a reason people close their eyes when they pray since it's an innate knowing of this truth. Wait a minute. And then we have death is the great reveal. This thing that we fear so much is not an end, but instead a transition. The start and end are connected. We fear it so much since we've fallen for the illusion of mortality. But it's quite silly when you realize you weren't scared before you were alive, so why be afraid of the inevitable?
You said we'd grow old together.
You need to let me go.
No, it's too soon. You can't be gone.
No, it was a prank, Psych, I'm out. And here we are with my personal favorite. You can learn the ultimate truth of existence, but you can't remember it. Personal experience I had while tripping is I saw every single perspective in the world, and after coming back from that, of course my weak human brain couldn't comprehend all that information, but I still have a remainder of a deep sense of empathy for all things. I'd say imagine it like a dream. It fades just as quickly, if not quicker.
What just happened?
The less resistance to life, the less real this all feels. And if you think I'm a mental case, read this text wall. But I'm not talking about the path of least resistance. I'm noticing my beliefs shape my reality. I've had acne for over a decade, and once I stopped believing it to be the case, it no longer was. But you have to be so careful of how you think and speak. You'll notice how you build a cage around your own beliefs. I have acne because I eat this, or because I don't do that, or to the extent of when you look in the mirror, you hyper-focus on these flaws. These are all restrictions to your own belief. While I do personally believe this in a very mythical sense, you can still look at it in a very logical way. I mean, the person who believes they will win is probably much more likely to win than the one who imagines themselves to lose. I mean, this is even a crucial step in quitting addictions. Stop identifying with it, meaning remove the belief of it being a part of you. So the joke in all this is you get exactly what you believe you'll get.
I said his right hand would get him into trouble. It's the shot I predicted. I said he'd overload on his right hand. I said I'd slip. I said I'd bang the left hook. And that's what happened.
Word for word. How do you predict these
if
things?
you can see it here, and you have the courage enough to speak it, it will happen.
Now let's talk about unity and separation. You are a part of everything and everything is a part of you, so anything negative you do is in fact done onto yourself. I want to talk about the double-slit experiment. In simple terms, scientists fired particles through a double slit. They behaved in a way unexpected. They had a wave-like appearance. But when an observer was added to monitor them, the particles behaved as expected, like solid objects. This shows that the mere act of observation can change how matter behaves, and it should be mentioned that consciousness is an aspect of quantum physics, which from my perspective shows this is all mental.
Gross, a bug.
Bro, I'm just a chill guy. Can you not? And the final cosmic joke is you, if you don't click on this video right here.